Oh, there we go. Wrong way. We're going on an adventure today, guys. This is gonna be interesting. Haven't used this before. Today, we are taking the Torker and the Supercross out on the bike path. And we haven't done that in a while. And yeah, we got a special guest for you guys today. Stay tuned. That's all I got. A new mount that I got for like a suction mount, and haven't used it before, and it's gonna be the first time. Also the first time I am using my rack with my bike. I got the quicker rack in the back. And yeah, this is the first time I'm actually putting it on the road. We're gonna see how this goes today. We got a lot of things going on, so should be a fun day. We're gonna have to keep an eye on that rack today because I don't know how sturdy that thing is. I didn't shove the rack all the way into the hitch because in this particular model, and because of the way that the Tesla has their hitch, like kind of like hidden in that little compartment underneath the bumper, there is so little bit of space to lock the hitch in there. And so when you do use the hitch, if you shove the rack, the quicker rack, all the way in, what happens is that it's more secure because it locks. There's a locking pin, and it's more secure because then the pin goes behind or goes in a hole or something in the back, but then it shoves the hitch so far in that to take it out, like last night, I made the mistake of shoving it in, and it just kind of like ripped really. It's like my wrist is super sore because you gotta like cram your wrist into this tiny space to undo the bolt or pull the latch out again so that you can pull the hitch out. So it's more secure for sure, but then taking it out is like really hard. So I decided, because this hitch also has a lock in it, there's another type of lock that when you insert it into the hitch, you can twist the knob and it puts pressure inside of the hitch to lock it in. I'm hoping that's strong enough. And it's supposed to be. Like, you don't need to have that bolt. So it's supposed to hold up. So we're gonna see how that works, because I haven't used this rack ever except in my video when I put it together and put it on my car. I've never actually had a chance to use it. Been wanting to go out to the bike path for a while, but just haven't been able to do it. And Bernie's been busy, and we got a special guest today, and he's coming here from, I think he lives in California. Not sure, but I think he's from California. But we're gonna find out today. Our special guest is somebody, if you're in the big bike BMX culture, you know who this guy is. He is one half of a podcast duo that kept us all informed, after COVID, and like they were interviewing some amazing guests on their podcast via like Skype or what else is the other one? Zoom. So they were interviewing all these guys. They had some banger guests on their show. I used to watch them. I shouldn't say I used to, because I still watch them. I don't see them together as much, but I would watch their podcast all the time. I would listen to it sometimes if I couldn't watch. And definitely I would check out this guy's Instagram account because he had some killer photos on there. So we're gonna talk to him about that, because if you look at his Instagram account, you'll see he's hardly on there at all. There's some of us out there that you look at our content, and like I'll post a lot of bike pictures, right? Bernie and I build a lot of stuff, but then sometimes I'll post thumbnails to our videos that we're going to be posting on YouTube, or I might do a reel on a part, and I'm in it, right? But this guy is rarely ever in any of his posts, and it's mostly posts of other stuff. And when you guys get a chance to see who this is, you're gonna understand just by his name. And I'm debating, should I share that with you right now, or should I wait until, I think I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait till you see him. He's meeting me. He's actually here on the island visiting. He reached out and was like, hey, I'm gonna be on Kauai. Is that the island that you guys are on? And I'm like, heck yeah, brother, let's go. And so we coordinated a time. Today it's a Sunday morning. I had some stuff yesterday. I had to help a friend with some things. We were supposed to go yesterday, but I had to kind of change the date at the last minute. But Craig was like, yeah, no problem, brother. And so we're what is that? I'm looking at this thing on the side of the road, and it looked like a lion. Like, no joke, it looked like a lion, but it wasn't a lion. It was just some rocks and, like, I don't know, a pallet or so, I don't know, whatever. Anyway, that was my scroll moment of the day. But anyway, yeah, so he reached out. We tried to get Bernie today on a Sunday. He's doing a double. So in the comments below, send your love to Bernie for having to work a double today. He had to wake up super early, and he's gonna be at work all day, poor guy. So we tried to like schedule a time. The only day that Bernie could, I couldn't. I had to do some stuff last week, and we just couldn't make it work. So it's just gonna be me and our special guest, and we're gonna take a ride on a bike path. We haven't done the bike path ride in a really long time. So if you are new to the channel, like, you're gonna love the scenery. If you love seeing Hawaii and just some really awesome views, then you're going to love this bike path ride that we're gonna go on. I've done it before. You can go back in our catalog and you can kind of see I've done some rides. They haven't been the most, popular videos. I'm not sure why, just because, I don't know, maybe it's because it was just me riding and it wasn't talking to anybody. But today we're gonna have a conversation with this guy, because this guy is usually asking questions and he's finding out about other people, but no one's really, that I know of, has really asked him about what his background is. And so today, what we're gonna do is That's my goal, is to take you guys out on a really nice, scenic ride, as well as get to know this guy a little bit better and to learn what he's all about. I don't know him personally other than just what I've seen on the videos, but he looks like a super chill guy. Definitely involved in the big BMX culture. And I think you guys will enjoy our ride today. So stay tuned. For the bike is looking pretty sturdy. I gotta say, famous last words, right? Like, that's the time when something like the hitch falls out to happen, right? Like, the moment you feel like, yeah, everything's good, everything's chill, right? And then that happens. So I don't know, we'll see what happens. Right now, it's sturdy as heck, man. I'm looking at it in the rearview mirror and solid. Looks absolutely solid. So I think for the kind of, for the distances I have to go to get onto a different type of ride, I think this hitch is perfect. Now, what I do want to do is purchase another rack. There's another rack you can attach to this one so that it can be a double rack. And I'm gonna buy it because I have the second bike. I got the Supercross in here with me today. And the Supercross, to get it to fit in the back of my Tesla Model Y, I had to take off the front wheel. There was just no way that I could get this bike into my car. I was kind of bummed about it, honestly. I thought I could fit it in. Like, that back seat area looks like it could fit. And maybe it's just the way that I was trying to put it in. I don't know. I put it in reverse first, and with the handlebars and a tire too big, just couldn't do it. And so I'm hoping, I don't know, maybe if I put it in front first, I don't know. But I ended up just taking out the front wheel. That was the easiest thing to do. Got it taken off, and it's in the back seat here. And we're gonna meet up with this guy. We're almost there. And it's a beautiful morning, and this is kind of why I picked it too. This, normally this side's kind of iffy. You get, like, sometimes it'll rain, but normally, like, when it's out closer to the coast, it's not too bad. So, like, I think we're gonna be fine today. The sun is out. It's a beautiful morning. It's a little chilly. It's like, dang, is it 65 degrees out? That's kind of cold, honestly, for us people that live in Hawaii. And yeah, we're pulling up into the Safeway parking lot. I'm gonna park my car in here, so sorry to Safeway. I hope they're not gonna give me grief about it. But yeah, he's supposed to get here in like another 15 minutes. I just wanted to be here to kind of get the bikes set up and stuff. And yeah, we'll see how this goes. All right. This is where I gotta wear this mount again. And, like, I kind of feel this is better than, like, see, this is gonna be a problem. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. Maybe I gotta do the whole, oh crap. Oh no, that was just recording it. Maybe I gotta do the whole, like, mic in the shirt kind of thing, like that. But that just looks, I don't like that. Like, that just looks so weird. But anyway, we're here. I'm gonna start setting up. This is where, like, this is the one thing that is kind of hard to do, is to mount this guy. All right. this thing solid. Didn't even move the bike. And, why does my car does that all the time? Like I leave it for like just a little bit, and that thing thinks I'm gone. That guy's good. And what I can do is this. I can just push that down. There's a lock right there that locks everything to it. And then now, it's a matter of getting this guy out with the rack still in place. All right, let's see. And the rack actually does tilt down, but I don't need it to tilt down. I was just a little worried about like how this is gonna be in here today, because I do have to kind of set this up and put this together. Throw that underneath there. Hey, what's up, man?
Oh my God, dude. Show bike.
What's up, brother?
How are you?
Good. How's it going?
Excellent.
Yeah, I got here a little bit early, so I was just trying to like get the rig all, figured out.
Awesome, dude.
Yeah. So I switched it up. I told you I was gonna bring the racing, but I was like, the Supercross is lighter, easier to fit. And so I was like, I know. So I was kind of like, wait, does he ride for Race Inc. or was it Supercross?
I've ridden for both. I was stoked on anything.
So I'm glad I switched it up.
Thank you so
I'm glad
much.
I switched it up so that at least, you can show the Supercross, you can show Bill like, hey, Yeah.
This is awesome. Wow.
Yeah. So let me show you I'll show you the two bikes. It's kind of cool. I got here a little early and everything was able to I was able to take everything off real easy. But yeah, so this is the one that we just built recently. This is the one that's been on our channel. The Torker's the newest. But yeah, this is the one we just kind of built up like last year. So that same SX 250.
Oh man, I've always wanted a pair of these grips too.
But yeah, it's light. Like I tried this one.
Height too.
Perfect. I wanted to make it where it was not super bougie build, like real expensive, So I just picked up like just cheap Harrow rims. They're just Harrow rims.
I run those on a lot of my bikes, man. They are great. They're dual wall and they're solid. They don't ever have any issues.
Yeah.
Yep.
So picked up, just put some stuff. I think George is from Night Bike was the one that suggested this colorway. Because I was like, hey, I'm building a Supercross. You want to help me with any parts? He's like, yeah. He goes, what color scheme are you going with? I said, I don't know. I kind of want to change it up. And he goes, what about like teal and purple? I was like, that might look pretty good.
George and Night Bike was my first and longest
Your
sponsor.
first?
Yep.
Nice.
Yep. And George, he's got that eye for things like you do. And,
yeah, so he was the first one that suggested that. I was like, yeah, that sounds pretty good. So then we just picked up like oil slick, you know, like an oil slick chain, and the seat post is oil slick. You look at it from the back, it's more blue.
Oh,
then
I look here and I'm like,
yeah, it's purple.
But then I lean it.
Yep. And it looks different from the back. You should look at it from the back, it's blue.
Insane. Now, all brakes are my favorite.
The only thing I have trouble with is like the paws always, I have a trouble getting them straight because of the way that this is. This is like so, you know, I have to take out every single spacer to just make that, you know.
And you know what?
But I love them.
They are the most, like you say, like finicky or, you know, difficult to dial in, but once they're
solid, yeah.
Insane. Yeah. I got something for you and your partner. And they're all balled up and they're old, but they're like classic.
Oh yeah,
There's
these the bands,
style bands.
Yeah.
Big Bike BMX Podcast, and then these were actually, you could only get them one time at the Santa Cruz ride out.
Oh, okay.
So they do say Santa Cruz, and they got dates on them because they were commemorative for those rides.
Oh, cool.
But I had some.
Thank
you. Give those to you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I got some stickers for you to take back. So, but yeah, so that's one. I wanted. I mean, some people like the bars are like. Some people love them or hate them. I just wanted something different, you know. And I saw these Nowhere BMX.
Nowhere?
Yeah.
That's the name. They're 8 inches.
Yep.
Yep.
But I like tall bars, you know.
I could fit this on the plane. And the billet.
Yeah. So then George just helped us with the tensioners, with the sprocket, and
that's it.
The the stem and the seat post clamp, and then we kind of do a lot of stuff with billet.
Oh yeah.
And so billet helps us with parts too when we need them.
Yeah, they're really billet put out some stuff that I haven't seen. The D's nuts. These called
the D's nuts.
Man.
Yeah, and then I had to get custom stickers too, because you know the Supercross is
normally
right.
Like that.
Yeah, and I was like, I can't put yellow and red with this color combo. So this guy helped. He made custom stickers. I told him, I said I want them teal and purple, and
nailed it.
Nailed it. Yeah,
it's beautiful, man. Thank you. I feel very honored to be able to ride your Supercross bike. Now, I want to check out your Torker.
Yeah, so here, you can just flip it over and then I just put the seat on there just so that it doesn't. Yeah, grips is fine. But that's the Torker we just built. So this is we call it the unicorn because it's a one of one. This frame is the only 26-inch freestylers. Right now they only make 29s.
Right.
And so that's the only 26. So Bill, we met him at Dirty Fest, and wait till you ride this one. This is my favorite. Like, I love the Supercross too. The Supercross has a nice fit. This one is very similar to that.
You just can't beat the way they style these.
Yeah.
You know? And you got the only 26.
Yeah. So he's, we met him, did an interview with him at Dirty Fest, and he's like, I'm gonna send you guys something. And so totally surprised us. We thought it was just gonna be like t-shirts and stuff.
Right.
And then, a box comes and I'm like, what the heck is this? And so yeah, we were stoked. So this one got kind of like the pro class style wheels, that old school mongoose type.
Yeah.
I want to say BMX Guru, I think, makes them.
Right.
We had them make a set. I had them do with the the black spokes and
are these the whole shots?
Yes. No. So the whole shots, is that the technique ones?
Yeah.
So I have that on my Skyway. This one is not. The whole shots I didn't like because there's spacing. I don't know if you noticed. There's like a lot of spacing. So you know where this because this is just a tape, yeah, like a vinyl tape or something.
Right.
And you could change the colors. You could change the colors, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So this is the old style where it's kind of like you can press and you can kind of feel the tire almost, right? It's like kind of soft, like it's right there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But the techniques have like a gap of like this.
Oh really?
Between the edge of the rim and the tape, right? And so like just stuff gets in there. So like it's so I didn't like how those went. So I have that on my Skyway, but this one I decided I want to go with that one. Bernie found these, and so I was like, oh, I'm gonna build one. I think the Torker would be perfect for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got the Amy grips too?
Yeah.
I love these.
And then we did a disc brake conversion on this guy.
I watched it.
So yeah.
There is nothing.
So it like, you know, some people didn't like it because it was like, yo, it's traditional. But I'm like, hey, like, you know, Stacked. We reached out to them. We visited their shop, and he builds this piece right here. Mm-hmm. And he sells a whole kit. So we ended
it's
up
an add-on, right?
Yeah.
That's so
So
cool.
I bought it, and then like we had trouble, but we were able to get it going.
That's the best part for me. Like when people have an idea and they integrate that idea into their builds, and it works. You know,
yeah.
Like it obviously, you know, of course there's going to be like, man, I can't figure this out, or this is making me scratch my head and get frustrated, and then it works, and then it's almost like it
should be like that.
Should be like that.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it looks so good with the disc brake,
beautiful.
You know?
That is.
And so so we tried it.
Photos of them.
Yeah.
I'll get some pictures today. Maybe wherever.
Yeah, there's some really nice spots. We're gonna go on some really nice places out there today. So
let go of this, okay?
Yeah.
We'll take a sip of coffee. I'm ready, man.
So
you tell me how we do, and
we're here with 80s BMX Craig. So I was telling I was kind of filming something on the way over. Like, I got a guest today. I'm not gonna tell you who it is until he shows up. And so, yeah, it'd be kind of cool to be able to ask you some questions for a change.
I'm down.
You know.
I was telling my wife today. I go, you know what? Been riding bikes for a long time, but I go, the best thing always is going somewhere.
And you can ride with somebody.
Never been. And here we are. I'm 2,500 miles away from my house.
Yeah.
And I have a friend.
Exactly.
What else do you? What can you do to like just get on the phone and be like, hey, what are you doing? What do you want to? Oh yeah, come on, man.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
That's what this community has been all about, man. Yeah. It's just been about like same with us. Like we can go to places now, and someone will loan us a bike. You know,
loan you a bike.
Yeah,
hey, come crash my house.
Hey, you know,
let's go out and hang out.
I never met him before, but like, we got so many guys who are like, yeah, just come out and ride. Exactly. Cool.
Hey, when we go today, I'm not gonna drink all this. Could I set it on your floor?
Oh yeah, you can put it in the car and stuff. Yeah, but we can chill. We can kind of. Yeah. What I'll do is I'll just kind of get these set up and stuff because I do want to have. So I usually, if I can, I'll use the 360. And then I can get whatever shot. But then I got this guy now. This is the
I like the
Action 5 Pro.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna put this on your bike to kind of get you. And then as we talk, I can like easily cut between the two.
Yeah.
And it looks pretty good. It's a different angle.
I'll be pretty chill today. One, I'm on somebody else's bike. Two, I have a torn and blown out meniscus and sprained knee. Usually I'm.
Yeah. Yeah, today's one. That's why I wanted to come here, because our normal ride has some hills in it that you're going to have to really like push to get up. I mean, they're not long, but they're like couple of them is a little bit. So I was like, if your knee's not doing so good. And then plus, this is just a much nicer like ride. I mean, you're going to see it. Like, we'll pop right in, and like the ocean is like right here. And we'll just head up the coast, and it's a nice like 4 mile in, and then 4 miles back.
We're just right up. We're only like 6-7 miles away. I was like, we are right. Everywhere's close.
Yeah, I mean the island is so small that for you guys, where you're used to like traveling pretty far.
It's like,
you know,
we want to go to the beach today. There's an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Oh, we want to go here. There's another
For us,
hour.
an hour and a half is like stretching it. You won't even take that long to get to the other end of the island. So
yeah, we went yesterday, and it was like,
yeah,
we're already up at the North Shore of Kauai.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
Sweet. Hey, if there's
Cool.
anything I can do to help,
Yeah, no,
let
good.
me know.
We're good, all good. Just trying to get these things set up and stuff so that. But yeah, I like this setup.
Oh, you got it dialed. I've been looking for something like this for. I have a 360. And I was messing with certain angles and, do I put it down low by the chainstay?
Yeah, you can.
And have this up view.
Yeah.
Or I put the 360 on my helmet, and now you can like look over the top of me as I'm
Yeah.
I get the wheel
Yeah.
up. But then some angles work, and some you got to play around with.
Yeah.
I'm not the best video guy.
Yeah.
Isaac is he's the video guy.
Yeah, so usually like I like the 360s just because then you don't have to touch anything, right? You can just sit on the bike and you can have two hands and everything's captured and you don't have to do anything. I used to shoot with a GoPro and then it's always like
it's whatever you're
right.
It's wherever you
or I had helmet mounts, but then same thing, right? You look around, it's just like the camera just whipping.
Yeah.
And you only get that one perspective. This one, I just started using this one. I like this mount because it like you can see your hands, and then it kind of feels like you're more in the ride versus just the view.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And with these, right? If I'm wrong, let me know. But after you upload these, you can in post view like.
Anything.
I want to look around.
Exactly.
Oh, we're talking about the ocean. Let me put it over there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So when I ride with Bernie, usually like if he's on the side, if he's on the side of me, then I can swing it over to him. But then it's still like he's got to be kind of close.
Yeah.
So then I started mounting this onto the bars of his bike, and then that gives us a nice I get to see him full view facing this way, and then I can switch between. So we'll do that today. We'll try to figure that out.
Oh, we're cruising in the 808, y'all.
Ooh.
Let's go. Let's go. Dude, this bike ride's so smooth.
Good.
So smooth.
I love that one. I like how that one just rides and how that one feels.
Everybody likes a different type of interaction with their bike. Some people like it. They don't.
We're gonna go inside.
I'll follow you. Yeah, they like their bikes really responsive, or some.
Yeah.
They like them heavy because then they're solid.
Yeah.
It just depends on your riding style. This is my jam right here. Like I said, it might have to go home on the plane.
Well, I'm glad I brought that one because I was like, I have a race ink that we built, and I like that one too. And I remember that you guys were with Race Inc.
I was. Isaac was riding for.
Riding was SC for a little bit, right?
Yeah. And you know what? That was a huge blessing to be a part of Race Inc. At the time, because their bikes are solid too.
Yeah.
And you got some really good bikes in your in the stable, dude. Because you got the Torker, this one, you got the Race Inc.
Yeah.
You've
I
done the
built
Monza.
Skyway.
You did the Monza, right?
Monza's been super good to us. Like as soon as they came on, like I did a video. One of my friends bought a Monza, and he did the pre-order and waited, during COVID, like months and months and months, and he bought one, and I just did a video on it, like, hey, let's check out this new bike, the Monza, and we were at Bernie's house, and I shot it like right in the evening, so the sun was coming down, and the guys at Monza were like, oh my God, this is beautiful, like, can you do more videos? I'm like, heck yeah.
Well, sure, why not?
So they sent us, they've been really good, sending us bikes and asking us to shoot some stuff for them.
Love it. What's up, Kevin?
What's up?
Hey, my bro, here in Kauai. Look at this. I'd have never thought I'd be riding in Kauai on a Supercross BMX with friends.
Yeah, and then I saw when Isaac switched, and so I was talking to him. So I got to meet him at Dirty Fest.
Right.
So we went to Dirty Fest last year, and I got a chance to hang out with him a little bit. And I forgot that you had also gone over to Supercross. So I'm glad I brought that one out. Bill will be happy.
He would. Super comfortable seat too.
Yeah, I like my seats comfortable. I don't care if they don't look as good.
One of the questions I hear most from people who are getting into bikes or whatever is, what seat can I get? What's the most comfortable seat?
Yeah.
Because they all are, they ride them, they go on a ride out, and then they're sore.
Yeah.
There are seats that are comfortable from like the first sit down.
Yeah.
But the best thing to do is just ride your bike.
Yeah.
Because like anything, like the more you do it, the more your body acclimates and builds up those like calluses, if you want to call it. Those
butt calluses.
Right.
So man. This is kind of where it begins.
Yeah. I'm right behind you, brother.
So.
Okay, so the gearing on this is 36/16.
I think that one's a 36.
36 in the front.
36, or it could be a 33.
33.
Yeah, can't remember.
What free wheel did you put on this one?
That one is the Originate.
The Hornet?
The Hornet? Yeah. Just see you swing that more to the middle. Push that more to the.
Can I just slide it like this on the bar?
Yeah, you can just try to slide it. Yeah. Okay.
Right there.
Let's see how that is.
I forgot I only had one job, is to keep this thing straight. And here I am again. I'm looking out into this scenery.
Yeah, so this is our multi-use path. I don't know when they built it, but the plan is to have this connect all the way to the airport eventually.
Really?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be nice?
So right now they have about 4 miles done. And yeah, so you'll see guys on bikes, rollerblades, skateboards, people just walking their dog.
I love it.
But yeah, we'll hug the coast all the way, so it'll be a nice ride. Yeah, so we are with 80s BMX Craig, so welcome to Kauai.
Thank you, brother. Thanks for having me, man.
How's it been so far?
It's unreal. It actually is more than I had expected, although, I didn't know what to expect. It's my first time.
First time?
Ever to the islands. And
so first time to Hawaii as well?
Yeah.
Nice.
Never been here. But everything is just visually appealing, and it's almost like you can't take your eyes off the scenery,
You came to the right island as far as if you wanted to see scenery. I mean, every island has its own thing, but like Kauai is the oldest. And so we have I think we have the nicest beaches just because we've had more time to like have lava turn into sand,
Sure.
you know? So
I'm getting spoiled from my first trip, right?
this is a nice spot to be in for sure. Todd Lyons always goes to Maui. I'm like, dude, you gotta come to Kauai one of these days.
I know. We say every year, this is how we ended up here, me and my family. We all get together for the holiday and, for Christmas, and we're like, man, next year we should go to Hawaii for Christmas. And then the next year comes, and then we're sitting around going,
we should do that, yeah.
Yeah, then we sit around going, you know what we should do next year? Every year is next year. Well, this year was like,
gotta do
this
it.
is the year.
Nice.
We gotta pull the trigger on it.
Nice. All right.
Morning. Yeah, so like before we left and stuff, to like my way of doing things always like, oh, let me do some research. Let me see because you want to know where to go, what to do, but you're also looking at kind of like tourism, like tourists telling tourists where to go.
Yeah.
And just from I work in San Francisco, so I'd sometimes look at the tourists and I'm like, why are you guys hanging out here? This is not where this is where all your money's gonna go bye-bye. But you can't go, there's nothing you can go wrong with here.
Yeah, it's always kind of like that double-edged sword, sometimes, because I mean, we are heavily reliant on tourism, right? We have so many jobs that rely on it, but yet it's hard when we have so many visitors that come. And so like when COVID happened, right, shut everything down, we had a period of a couple of months where there was no one. They weren't letting anybody on, All of our beaches, everything just flourished, because we just didn't have thousands and thousands of people.
We got a chance to breathe.
Yeah, and it was really, really nice. And so since then, they've kind of adopted a couple of changes to at least on the North Shore. I don't know if you guys went all the way down to Ke Beach.
We didn't, I don't know if we went that far.
So they have it used to be first come, first serve parking, like just whoever gets there and, is crowded. And there's a nice hiking trail that starts there. And then since then, they kind of instituted permits and stuff. It's more of a pain in the butt, but it limits, how many people can go just so that nothing gets overtaxed again, But it's tough because it's we need tourism,
Right.
So we get to ask you some questions now. You and Isaac are the guys that get to ask a lot of questions of some cool people.
I don't even know what to do if somebody asks me a question, but...
So tell us, how did you, what's your background in BMX? Just from when you were a kid. I mean, I don't know how old you are, but we're probably close in age.
I'm I'm deceptively young. I'm 50. Okay, here's the real deal. Cut that. I'm 51 years old.
Okay.
And I got a birthday coming up in about a week.
Okay.
So, yeah, I've been around the block a minute. So, background in BMX. Well, it's...
You were part of that when it started.
Well, yeah, I mean, so really what happened, or the way I kind of got it, like, I wanted to be involved with bikes. I don't know if involved is correct. Like, I wanted a bike. I was a kid in the late 70s. And I think the first thing that really brought me into this fold of wanting to do cool stuff, especially on bikes, and being from the West Coast, bikes and skateboards, was Evel Knievel.
Oh,
the stunt man.
yeah.
So I remember being it was like I said, late 70s.
He had his toy too, with the motorcycle toy.
He had the dude. It was everything back then, right?
Yeah.
And back when I was that young, cable TV really didn't exist. So like if there was an event where
ABC News, ABC, like Wild World of Sports.
Wild World of Sports. Evel Knievel is going to be jumping these buses.
He's going to jump the fountain or something.
In Vegas, all these things. And I was like, I couldn't stop watching it, But it was 1982.
Okay.
So after I figured out who Evel Knievel was, but in 82, I got a new bike for Christmas. Like a real BMX bike.
Okay. What was it? You remember?
Oh, yeah. And it was a Mongoose.
Okay.
They're chrome, all chrome.
Yeah.
With the prismatic stickers, those.
Yup.
I just couldn't take my eyes off it. Actually, Christmas morning when I saw the bike, I jumped on it right away and went outside. I wanted to ride it.
Yep.
I didn't want to wait, so I don't even know if I got dressed properly. I went out in some pajamas and slippers, but it was just always about being outside.
Yeah.
And building jumps or being with friends. And
Yep.
I lived in a pretty small neighborhood, so everybody knew everybody, and everybody had a bike to be on, So that was like early 80s right there.
Okay. Did you do any racing?
I never did. I never did any sanctioned racing.
Okay.
Grew up with a single mom, so to do all that would take travel, going to tracks, money. I think my mom just scraped it up enough to get the bike.
Just to get the bike, right?
Right. And so.
Yep. Yeah, my first BMX was a Mongoose too. I had the cheapest Mongoose you could get with the steel rims and Ashtabula forks, and this thing weighed a ton.
Of course.
And I raced in it. I could never do well because I didn't have a freewheel. I had a coaster brake on that thing.
Coaster brake, right.
And I was telling my dad, I need alloy rims. And he'd just buy me alloy rims, and he wouldn't do it. And so then I had to he was like, if you want it, go buy it yourself. So I ended up getting a paper route. And then did a paper route,
dude.
Saved the money, bought a Diamondback Silver Streak, and that was my first race bike.
Yeah, it's funny when you talk to guys who are around our age and stuff, and although we're in a different location,
similar circumstances, though, right?
Yeah, no matter what, it's like I remember that.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, that's kind of how Isaac and I hooked up, because he heard me on another show.
Okay.
And he connected over my story.
Okay.
Because he had a similar story, right? Two guys never met each other.
Yep.
At all, and we've got the same almost background and story.
Yep.
So we were talking earlier.
So you guys didn't even really know each other growing up then?
No. Didn't know each other.
Interesting.
And here's a little fun fact. After and I could tell you about how I got to be on the show, but after we had started the show, Isaac and I hadn't met face to face for 2 years.
Did it stop? Let me see. I heard it go I heard something. Let me just check. Whoop. Oh no, it's still going. Okay, I heard a beep, so I was like, "What was that beep? Oh, is it mine?"
All right.
Okay,
We
sorry.
good?
I just heard a beep, and I was like, "Ah, I don't want to make."
If it beeps again, I'll let you know.
Okay. All right. So you and Isaac hadn't ever met before.
No, we hadn't met before, and then after the show started, we didn't even really we did not actually meet face to face for 2 years after we had been on the air.
No way.
Yeah. So the first time we ever met was for the Santa Cruz ride out. And I picked him
That's
up from the airport.
crazy,
Yeah, it was like, because everybody thought that we were in the same room doing the podcast together.
You know, I just thought you guys were like, you know, friends from back in the day, and you guys just kind of, I knew you didn't live in the same spot.
Right, because he's
in Arizona, right?
He's in Arizona,
and you're
in Northern California.
Northern California. So I'm like, I knew you guys weren't in the same area, but I thought, oh man, these guys seem like they've been friends for like a really long time. Oh, that's cool. All right, so you got your mongoose, not really racing.
Not racing.
But then like how long did you ever put the bike down when you got your license in high school?
Yeah.
Because that was us.
Well,
you know,
and then there were changes of like fads, or not fads, I would say, like, so the bike, because I didn't race, I wasn't traveling and showing up to, races, all that. It was not only a means of having fun, but it was also a way to get around.
Oh, that was your transportation.
It was transportation.
Dude, we lived on our bikes back in the day.
We lived on them, right?
You know? Good morning.
And so, like everyone else, or the typical story is, once you get your driver's license, you kind of put the bike down.
Yeah.
I actually started skating because that was easier to throw in the backseat of my car.
Yeah.
And a lot of my friends had transitioned into skateboarding. Okay. It was kind of like the thing in the 80s, early 90s, but yeah, I had a point in time where I wasn't riding at all. I was working, I was trying to pay bills.
Yep.
And, just out of high school.
Yeah.
And then a few years after high school, I joined the military.
Okay.
So my brain was just totally on lock with serving and doing everything for that career. So.
Was that around the time of like Iraq and all of that stuff that was going down?
It was. So it was Desert Storm.
Yeah.
Yeah, back in the early 90s.
Well, thank you for serving, because that's...
Yeah.
Anybody that joins the military, I have a deep appreciation for it, just because, I mean, it's a sacrifice.
100%.
Like it's on your family and having to move. I used to teach at a school that was right outside of a military housing area on Oahu.
Oh, no kidding.
And so we would have like...
This may have went off, just to let you know.
Did it stop? Is it still red? Do you see anything?
I don't see a picture anymore.
Oh, maybe that will come on. That'll turn off. But like... If you just, the front will just sometimes go off.
Oh, just like a screensaver?
Yeah, just like a screensaver.
Look at that. I have zero technical.
No, thank you for mentioning that, dude. Just in case, you never know.
So you were teaching on Oahu?
But yeah, so my first 7 years of teaching, I was on Oahu at this school that was right outside a military base. And so we had, it was a revolving door of military kids. Parents get deployed to Hawaii and then they gotta leave. And so, but I loved it there. Like, great community. The kids that we got were a lot of the kids that, like the guys that just got into the military, low ranking, right? Their families very similar, where, didn't do a lot of travel until they joined the military. Kids didn't have a ton of experiences. So it was cool when we would take them on trips. Like, we'd have a 6th grade trip every year to the Big Island, with the volcanoes. And so it was a blast. But,
that's awesome, man.
So I appreciate you serving.
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, there was so many years of, I had bikes, but it wasn't like the thing that I was like focused on the most. It was more like get exercise, go outside. I've always had a bike or a skateboard or both.
Yeah.
It's
I think I'm kind of similar in which put it down when I had my license. Went to college, had a moped.
Right.
And then after college, bought a mountain bike, a GT mountain bike.
Yeah.
That I just kind of rode, you know, after I was done with work or whatever. And had kids, and then tried to get them involved in bikes. But they didn't have that same, didn't have the same passion
Right.
that I did, you know. But yeah, then I got into like downhill mountain biking, like hardcore, like
The
the
slalom
suspension bikes with like,
Oh, boy.
you know, and here I was in my 40s, excited to be on a bike where I could do jumps again, but then
Sure.
you're not as coordinated as you are in your 40s that you were when
It
you're a
takes a little
teenager.
bit longer to heal from those.
Oh, and then the
those
crashes
falls,
were the
too.
thing that killed me. It was like I would eat it and then just have like weeks and weeks and weeks of just, you know, physical therapy and doing other kinds of stuff. You know,
You got to make sure your premium's paid up.
yeah. Good morning. So, yeah. Then COVID hit, and it was like, hey, you can go on your bike if you want to leave the house.
Right.
Dusted off the bike, ran into Bernie on one of our rides, and we just was like, oh, let's meet to ride.
So is there ride outs here?
No.
Or just like,
It's just
hey, I
people-
see someone, he lives close.
Yeah. It
friends.
just so happened that we rode the same sort of loop, and we just ran into each other one day. Like, Bernie and I have been friends forever. Like, we were elementary school classmates, you know?
Oh, that's cool.
Been friends all the way through high school, and then, you know, after high school, kind of like we each went our ways, and anytime we got together, it would just be like no time has passed, you know, those
Right.
kinds of friends.
Oh yeah, link back up and it's
Yeah.
like pick everything back up where it left off.
And then he had moved to Arizona. He was working there, and then his mom passed away suddenly, so he had to come home and kind of care for his brother and stuff. And so we, you know, got to be friends again. I mean, seeing each other more, and then, but yeah, then we were just kind of still working and doing our stuff until we ran into each other on that bike ride, and then we just both jumped back into like the bigger BMX bikes.
Dude, that's dope. I love hearing things like that, especially like I consider like being here in Kauai, and it's not like there's a million people here. You know,
Yeah.
You guys both have this friendship since you were kids, but you also love to be on bikes, and then you link up, and
Yeah.
the rest is history.
So it's been pretty cool to be on that journey back on a bike with him. But when did you get back into like the big BMX bikes?
So
How did that happen?
yeah, like 2018, I started an Instagram account because I just got Instagram. I was just kind of like searching around in there and just finding like all these old school bike pics and stuff. You know,
I want to ask you about some of that later, but
yeah. So I was like, you know what? And I was like screen grabbing stuff from the internet and posting it on there, like all old school BMX.
Okay.
Because it just reminded me of my childhood and those good times, right?
Right.
Well, I create this account and I started buying old school BMX bikes, like 20-inch bikes. And
So 20 inches.
the 20 inchers, and I'm like, I go, man, I know there's like adults that ride these, but this
Yeah.
is a little too heavy for me.
Yep.
And when I say heavy, I mean like way too small. I'm
Yep.
too heavy. So I noticed after looking around that there was,
We're gonna check this one spot. I'll
Yeah.
show you. So you're buying 20s?
buying 20s, and then after, you know, like looking around at stuff, it was like, oh, they make these bigger bikes, like these 29ers and 26s, and
Yeah.
oh, this is beautiful. And I got to ride on somebody's bike, and it just felt really comfortable, and
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm like, this fits me now. This is like
Sold.
a 20-inch bike for
For adults.
for an adult. Yeah.
Right?
So
Yeah.
that's really how. And I went out and bought a think it was like an SE D blocks, 29 inch.
Okay. Yeah.
And so it was back on the bikes again, you know.
Nice. Were
Yeah.
you doing any ride outs out there?
Tons
Tons?
every weekend.
Oh, nice.
Going from like Stockton to San Jose or wherever I could find one.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just like, I couldn't get enough of just being out in the big packs and
Yeah,
riding.
yeah.
And, you know, that was my jam for a long time.
Oh,
you know,
nice.
I mean, I still do ride outs,
Yeah.
but not as much. But it was like ride outs in LA, Tahoe. You know, I wanted to go, although I loved my local ride out, which was
Yeah.
Stockton, you know, I wanted to just go where other people were having the same fun, just in a different spot.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, that's cool.
man, this is so nice here.
Yeah, so this used to be a place where, so we had like pineapple plantation.
Yeah.
They would reverse the train and dump all the excess junk.
Serious.
Right, that's why this thing is like positioned the way this is. Yeah, back when you didn't have all the regulations that you do now, they would just reverse all the excess pineapple waste or whatever. Dump
Over
it in
the
the
side,
ocean.
huh?
Yeah, dump it in the ocean.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is incredible. Incredible.
Yeah. Well, we're not done yet. We got a little bit more.
Yeah.
What the heck was that up there? So Zuckerberg, the guy that owns Facebook,
Yeah.
owns like a huge chunk. I don't know if it starts from here, but he has a huge piece of property that has kind of become like his compound.
Well, I'm sure everyone's happy with people buying up swaths of land.
Yeah.
But,
Happy might not be the word, but yeah,
right,
you know.
right.
I mean, he's trying to do some stuff. He's actually he has this scholarship for kids that are in medical school right now,
Okay.
and they're paying for their whole medical school tuition, but they just have to work here when they're done for
Right.
X number of years or whatever, you know. So I think he understands he's had backlash from all the property he's purchased, and the way that he's purchased some of the properties too have been kind of not so good. So I think they're trying to do more for the community. But with somebody with that much money, people will always be like, well, that's not enough, you know.
It's always not enough.
Right? Good morning. So how many bikes do you have in your stable? You still have that SE that you started with?
I don't. I actually gifted the SE, the D blocks, to my stepson because I wanted to involve my family.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
we're gonna go do ride outs.
sure.
Here's a bike.
Healthy,
Yeah.
right? Family stuff that you can do.
Of course, you know, what's better than riding your bike by yourself?
Right.
It's with someone else, you know, and that's how I see it, as like a bike by itself is great. I go riding most of the time by myself, but getting out, doing ride outs, being
Yeah,
with other
yeah.
people, sharing
Morning.
those experiences,
For sure.
it just doesn't get any better, like we're doing today.
Yeah.
You know. But how many bikes? They kind of got thinned out. You know, when I started riding,
Because you still have your 20s too that you built and
so I got the 20 inches are gone because like at home, my bikes hang from my garage ceiling.
yeah.
And I'm looking at these like, wow, these have been hanging here. You know, the calendar turns
Yeah.
another year. I haven't done anything with them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what's better than me staring at these? Someone who's gonna,
Enjoy it.
right. So let's just go ahead and get rid of those.
Yeah. For sure.
So
And
now,
unless a bike has like a really, close connection with you for some reason, like it could have been like your first bike,
yeah.
or like you're not gonna really, you don't need to keep it. You
If
know.
there's a story, I like stories, like some type of
Yeah.
connection. So I have a few of those bikes.
Yeah.
That I'm not. They're hanging there. I don't ride them,
Yep,
but they're
yep.
never going to go anywhere.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know.
Right. I yeah, totally
And I
get
could
it.
probably make a story for every bike I get, but
Yeah.
you know, some have a little bit more of a cool connection than others. So
Yeah. So I'm sure you have a Supercross because that's part of your sponsorship.
right. So
You know.
yeah, Bill Ryan is the guy who started Supercross.
Isn't he amazing?
He still runs it today.
That dude is like,
It's
you see him on YouTube and you think, is this guy like, he's so full of energy, right? Positive, you know, is that for show? But it's not. Like that guy is exactly how he
not.
is.
And you know
right?
what? My take on it is, you know, it's not a cash grab. You know,
No, he
it's-
is absolutely in it 100% to push the sport forward, you know?
when I started riding for Supercross, the one thing Bill said is, I just want you to have fun. I want it to be fun.
That sounds like Bill.
And I want to give you something to go play around on that's going to be fun for you to
Yeah.
ride on. And you know,
Yeah.
that's what it's created. So yeah, I've got, as far as the Supercrosses go, I've got a couple 29ers,
Okay?
the 6 bar, which I really like, extremely nice bikes.
Yeah,
And I have a 26er, kind of like the one I'm riding right now.
yeah.
And then I have an RS7, which is a 20-inch race bike.
Okay.
Just in the frame form right now because I really don't have much high-end 20-inch bike parts to build this
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
up
yeah,
with,
yeah.
but yeah.
We're coming to the end, but there's a spot, there's a place that we can go down closer to the ocean.
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty much this is kind of like the end. So we've already done about a little over 4 miles,
Nice.
but it ends here. But then if you have like a mountain bike and stuff, you can probably go into some trails and stuff, but we'll
Beautiful.
go down here.
You know what? I'm going to tell you this right now, Kevin. A lot of guys, they don't ride their bikes in the dirt.
Oh no, man, I ride everything, man.
But
Like, I
Kevin
don't care
does.
how nice the bike looks. Like, we got to ride it. No, for
See,
sure.
this is
This is what we call Kauai red dirt, dude.
This is the red dirt. You
like
guys,
when we raced and we ate it, and you had to like have your mom clean this out of your jersey and your pants. She was not happy.
this is Kauai, folks.
Yeah.
And I'm so grateful and thankful to be here with Kevin and cruising in the 808, showing me around. This is amazing. And that's the red dirt.
Kauai famous red dirt. You can buy shirts that they make out of the red dirt.
Really?
They dye it with the red dirt. Yeah, but there's a couple places you can ride that you can hit some jumps and stuff. And so we took the Monzas out here. So if you go to the Monza website, you'll see me on it with like out here. We shot some stuff out here with my friends and stuff. So
Oh yeah. I'm seeing it now.
yeah, we were kind of like down there with the rocks and whatnot. So
You get one of you, Kevin, in the back. Dope. This is incredible.
I'll get some with you with that. We can send that to Bill. Let me get it so that those other guys are not in the shot. Okay, and then let me just get one. I'll put them this way. A little bit, lighting is a little bit
So I
different.
can block them.
Yeah, we'll block them this way. Hold on. Oops. Okay, cool.
Dope.
Yeah, all our bikes, I'm like, I don't hang any of them on the wall. I don't care how much I spend on them. Like, I want to ride it, you know? So,
You and I are the same. I used to be, I'll be honest, I used to be judgmental on a level of not hating, but just be like, I don't understand how you could have such a beautiful piece of equipment that's meant to be ridden,
Yeah.
and you carry it over grass, and you don't.
But I get it.
Where I really
Yeah.
changed my mind is talking to guys who build bikes.
Yeah.
Because they call it a hobby, or a lot of them do,
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm into the hobby.
Yeah.
Because that's what it is. They're
Yeah.
master bike builders. They,
Oh, yeah.
they show bike. All these
Some
things.
of them are like, like cars.
They're like
Right?
cars.
Same thing like cars. Same thing. You can get as crazy as you want.
As you want.
Right? And I've seen some insane bikes in some of the shows, pictures. I haven't been there in person to see some of these real awesome ones, but yeah, these guys go crazy.
That's why, when I go to LA, the culture, the shift in culture means the bikes look different.
Yeah.
It means there's builders who are doing things like engraving their frames and forks, and you're like,
yeah. They're doing engraves on everything, right? They're putting, making everything look just amazing.
Right. I have a sponsor, Adam Mark, and he.
Oh yeah.
Right, and his.
Is that Evo Alloy?
It's Evo Alloy.
Yeah.
So shout out to Evo Alloy, but when we went down, Isaac and I, to his bike show down in Long Beach, and you're just like, this is a different. It's not that it's on a new level or a different level. It's a different level.
It's a different.
Yeah, man. I can appreciate it way more now that I know the background of
exactly
what's going on with these.
And I've been to shows, like we got a chance to go to Texas, and like Monza sent us to a bike show in Texas, and we were really grateful for, but there were some bikes there, vintage bikes, where, we're talking like, 80s GTs and Hutch and
sure,
GJS. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh,
like
totally.
That was like, but immaculate, like pristine. And I can see those, if that thing is like 40 years old and you're trying to like keep it looking as good as possible, yeah, I totally get it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
One of the things that I'm so over the top proud of and appreciative of are these old school gatherings like Frogtown,
Yes.
like Dirty Fest.
Yep.
Like these things are new. They haven't been going on for 10,
Only
20
a couple
years.
years.
Only a couple years, and the guys putting them together, the organizers, they're just amazing. They're doing it so people like us,
Sure.
we can get out, and where else can you go to an event and
then see all the BMX legends.
the
too, on top of
legends?
that.
You could have lunch with Eddie Fiola, any of those guys, Stu Thompson, Mike Miranda, you pick one of your favorites that show up, you're going to be able to talk to them and hang out.
It's like,
Thank you.
what other sport are you going to be able to see your legends and just be like right there with them? You could go to a card show, maybe you'll get an autograph from somebody, but you're not going to hang out with them.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to be able to like talk with them like you can at these events. Like, it's crazy.
Well, like at Dirty Fest in Frogtown, you can enter a race,
Yes,
and right next to you can be someone who maybe was hanging on your wall that you idolized or had, admiration for.
Absolutely.
And now you're racing a heat,
Yes.
a moto with them, or standing with them on the podium if that's how it turns out. But it's just
Crazy.
those types of things are how this community keeps the fabric woven of the sport,
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
hobby, or whatever you want to call it, and it also gives back to those who support back to it, and I really believe in that, like
Oh, for
supporting local bike shops, supporting local vendors,
Yeah.
Yeah, as much as you can. Obviously there's things that you might have to buy off of the internet or Amazon
or whatever. Yeah.
I get that, but whenever there's someone local that you can help out, I'm really a big proponent of that. So
Yeah.
for sure, man.
Yeah.
It's a nice spot. You want to roll?
Yeah. Yep.
Thank you for this stop, bro. This is really nice.
Good morning.
Hey.
So are there a lot of e-bikes around where you are?
It's yeah. I mean, what's trending is the Surons.
The Surons, yeah.
Right, and I'm seeing even Throne's got a e-bike
Throne
out
has
now.
one too. Yeah, I saw that.
Yep, I
Doing
saw
the
some
wheelies and
You know,
yeah.
it's. I've seen a lot of younger kids move from BMX that were in like the wheelie scene to the e-bikes because you know you got. I would assume because it's electric, you're working that electric throttle. You got much more.
Yeah.
You know, means of riding an extended wheelie or whatever.
Yeah.
So.
Good morning. Hi. Let's see what the view looks like. I might have to make an adjustment.
You want me to put it more towards center?
Let's see. Yeah, Oahu has a huge e-bike kind of scene.
I haven't seen too many here. I mean,
Yeah, we have some.
I've seen like pedal assist e-bikes.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
those
yeah.
are cool.
Yep, yep. Yeah, there's another spot we can kind of check out that comes up around this bend and
Yeah.
gets a nice view of like the beach that's over there. You kind of check that out.
We have these, you know, the seasons in the West Coast, California. There's times during the spring where things are green and lush, and it lasts for a very short amount of time, and then as
it's all brown after that.
yeah, brownouts, everything is brown, and so
come here and everything's green.
it's green. Everything is green. It's so lush.
We are called the Garden Island for a reason.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. We have like the wettest spot on the earth.
Serious.
Yeah, there's a mountain that the rainfall that gets collected there makes it the wettest spot on earth. Just kind of crazy. I think it's around here. Let me see. Oh,
Go for it,
go
man.
ahead, go ahead.
I was daydreaming.
All right.
We'll hit that path right there.
Sure.
Maybe you can, if you want, that might be a nice background for the bike. Take a picture
Oh yeah.
with that in the background. Let's see how that goes. We can get you with that.
What's that?
I'll take a picture with you.
Oh,
with
no
the
kidding,
bike.
all right.
Yeah. Okay, we'll do this. And then we'll do that. Nice. Yeah.
Thanks, bro. This is awesome.
Yeah. I'll take it. There's a cool thing. I don't know how much you want to ride up a hill, but there's a cool tunnel of trees.
Is there really?
That's right around here. And we can just pull in and you can kind of see it.
Yeah, let's pull in.
Decide
Like, because I got that knee thing going
yeah.
on. So far, I'm doing good. I hate to sound like the old injured man that I am.
I know, but that's what it is, right?
Right.
We get old and we get sore and...
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I'm just going to pull this up real quick, Kevin.
Yep.
It's a little humid out here, folks, and I'm not from the humidity, so guess what?
It is. When I saw you pull up in a jacket, I was like, uh-oh. He's going to be sweating by the
To hide
time...
my fat.
Sweating by the time we're done.
Yeah. It's actually nice and cool, though, on the ride.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, there's like a tunnel, but I'm trying to remember where it was. I think it's a little bit further down. And it goes up into a parking lot up on the top of the hill. And you can ride all the way down. But it's kind of cool because it's like this little tunnel of like just trees, you know?
So were these like trails for going down to the surf if you're gonna
You can go fishing.
fish?
Yeah, you can go. People don't usually surf in this spot right here.
My stepson went fishing yesterday.
Oh, that's cool.
Right. We bought a rod. He brought a big like surf reel,
Yeah,
and so he had to buy all the gear and all this. And he was trying. We fish back home a lot.
yeah.
I'll tell you what I noticed about Kauai pretty dang fast. A lot of friggin' chickens and roosters and hens here, bro.
Yeah, there are squirrels.
I mean, I saw them, but I didn't realize, like,
Yeah.
and
They're everywhere.
they're everywhere. And where we're at, they're all night long, dude, just,
Are they making noise? Normally, like at night, they go to sleep, but they wake up at the crack of dawn.
super crack. And there's like, I would think like, okay, I'll hear one rooster. No, like one will go off and the whole crew is like, we're up two.
Yep. All it needs is one.
Just one, man.
One, and then they're all making, and you're like, God dang it, man.
Yeah.
You know what? We passed it. I missed the tunnel.
Oh, that's cool,
Sorry.
bro. It's cool. This is awesome.
Yeah, we can get some shots of you like out here by the ocean.
I'll try not
On
to
the
run into anyone.
Supercross. Yeah. How's it? Yeah, so we'll be back for Dirty Fest again.
Are you coming back?
Yeah.
Nice.
We're gonna go. We already made our arrangements.
You and Bernie?
Yeah.
Nice.
So we're gonna be back. We had so much fun, man, at that last one.
Like I was saying, it's like a playground for us. It's a good time to hang out. And
it was so much fun. And just
I hope
everyone
they keep
being
doing it.
welcoming, like you said, like everyone just being like friendly, and like it's just, we had such a good time. We're coming back. I don't care what we got to do. But I want to check out Frogtown. That's another one I want to check out.
I think you should do, okay, so you've been to Dirty to Fest.
Yeah.
Go to Frogtown next.
Yeah.
And then if you ever can make it out to something called Old School BMX Reunion.
Oh, yeah, they just had that.
Go do that too.
Oh, yeah.
It's
I saw that.
and have you done a ride out yet?
We've done a couple of ride outs in Texas.
Oh, that's right. You
We
said
did that
Texas.
real big Texas
The
one.
Galveston one?
It was,
Or was it
in Austin.
Austin.
It was for the Texas BMX Roundup.
Gotcha.
And then we got to ride with the guys, these Captex cruisers, like on one of the night before. So that was kind of cool. And those guys are kicking our ass because they're like our age or older. Like
But they ride fast,
yeah,
right?
they're fast, man.
Yeah.
They were like,
The one that, if I were to give you a recommendation, the one that I really like to do is, and there's so many in this, it's like, just personally, is the Subway series, the 4130.
Yeah.
That's a fun ride.
Okay. Did you ever do the SE bikes, that 150 mile SoCal ride?
No. I wanted to. I've always wanted to do that ride because that's like,
You're gonna need support though with that one.
you're just gonna, it's, for me with these knees, I've had 2 MCL, ICL, ACL, whatever they are. I've blown out my knees more than I've ever wanted to think about it. But that's a huge commitment, those guys. Todd does a really good 3-day
They're booking
ride.
it too, man.
Huh?
They're hitting 50 miles a day.
And some days more.
Yeah.
Okay. Then on the last one, I think, or one of the last ones, they got to their destination in San Diego somewhere. And they're like, hey, you just want to keep riding into Mexico?
I saw that.
So
Good morning.
the 150
I
miles
saw
turns
that.
out to be,
A handful of them went into Mexico. I saw that.
yeah.
I was talking to Dad Mode Wheelie Gang,
Yeah.
and because he's done it a couple times.
He sure has.
Oh, excuse me. But I kind of feel like for that ride, you need somebody who's not gonna ride, but is with you. So
Right.
take your stuff to the next destination and be there just in case.
When Todd first announced that ride, I
Mr.
was like,
Dingus! Hey! What's up, man?
Oh yeah.
How's it going? Happy holidays. Good to see you. This is my new friend Craig. This
how's
is
it
my
going,
old
brother?
friend James. He's a teacher at my school.
nice, man.
Yeah.
Oh, you got mics on.
Got mics recording everything, so expect to see yourself.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
All right, let's see if it stops.
Take 2.
So I don't know how much of that conversation with my friend it caught, but James is one of our teachers at our school.
I figured as such.
So-
Yeah, that's dope.
He's a good friend, so that's the only thing that I kind of miss about retiring from teaching is just all the friends you had.
Are you
at the
retired?
school. Yeah, I retired from teaching, so
Nice,
I
man.
kinda do-
Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks.
If it's
so I switched. I work for a nonprofit now that supports like economic development on the island, and so
Okay.
my focus is helping schools with digital media programs to support kids that kind of want to go into that industry. but also I'm kind of doing a lot of adding more like technology stuff to it. So the drone thing where I'm trying to bring these drone clubs to our middle and high schools where they can learn how to fly these like tiny indoor drones.
Sure.
But, you know, learn about principles of flight, aviation. High school kids, I want to get them certified, FAA certified, to be able to fly drones.
Nice.
If they want to do like commercial work, you know.
Is it also for filming? Like
They can do filming, yeah.
filming?
They can do for filming. We have like agriculture, so they can use the drones for like, you know, looking for invasive species or pests, or some of them use it to spray like, you know, pesticide or different things. Or
where I live, they have like drones do inspection of distribution
Yes.
and power cabling and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Real estate, you know, land
Exactly.
surveying.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, isn't it? You know, obviously you could do the overhead shots of your YouTube channel and all
yeah,
that, but there is really a market for the technology.
Yeah. So we've been having like businesses ask for like, you know, drone pilots and stuff. So we're like, this, you know, maybe if we start getting kids excited about it and show them the different types of opportunities that are out there, then that could make it where, you know, a kid could stay home here in Hawaii and work
Right.
versus having to leave because it's so expensive. Like,
Is that like an issue here with like just trying to or having, you know, a job or something that's
Yeah,
sustainable
to afford
to
it.
stay here?
Yeah, because I think the average cost of a home here is over $1 million. So it's like, you know, I have 3 children. 2 of them are grown and finished with college and working, but like they're never gonna afford that.
So what's the option?
The option is they gotta live at home with us,
Right.
which is what they're doing now. We might have to build on our property to make it bigger so that they can live there.
Right.
Or they're gonna have to like find somebody really rich. I don't know, man. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like panini.
Wow.
And
I've been in
there-
California my whole life, and it's like a very similar situation with just different
Yeah.
factors to the
Yep,
equation,
yep.
right? It's like everything's so expensive. Everything is like, it's priced out the young
Right?
people
sure.
from being able to live there.
Yeah. So it's tough. So, yeah. But yeah, so I transitioned into that in August. So
Congratulations, man.
I
That
had,
sounds
I had
like a
the
good
years
job.
of service. I had the age that I could fully retire, but I still had to work. My retirement is not that great as far as like, you know, your monthly benefit or whatever.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not ready to stop working. I mean, it would be nice, honestly, if I
mean,
if
who
had
wouldn't
enough
want to,
money,
right?
But yeah, I cannot, you know.
How many years did you have in teaching?
31 and a half.
Okay.
Yeah.
How old are you, dude?
55.
No way.
Yep.
The bike's keeping you young.
So yeah, just been blessed to be able to do that and kind of get out of the day-to-day teaching, because it's been getting harder. It's just and like teachers, I was just talking about this with some friends, that like teaching is like you're on all the time. Like you're
front and center.
you're front and
It's
center every day
stage.
for the whole day. And you know, you come home and you still got stuff to do. Like you might have papers
That's
to
when
grade,
the real work begins.
right? Or you got preparations to make for the next day or whatever. And it's just, you're always on. If you're sick, you got to write your own plans.
Sure.
You got to find somebody to take your place. It's just like, it's such a pain. And so now it's so nice where I'm like, today I want to take it a little bit easier in the morning and work later in the afternoon, I can do that.
Well, that's what I was worried about. Like,
You know?
I was not that I have to like, oh, I want to do it on this. Like
Yeah.
when you said, hey, let's ride, I was like, sure. What works on your work schedule? You know, like I'm on vacation, so everything is open to me. But I get it now. I see that.
So it's been I've been having much more flexibility in like being able to do stuff like this, you know, whereas Bernie can't, you know. We're gonna have to turn that, just turn it to your left. Yeah. That thing is like really drooping to the side.
You like that?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
So yeah, it's been nice. But I do miss the students I was working with. I miss the teachers that I worked with, and guys like
Of
James.
course, yeah, 31 years
know.
is. And I'm not retired, but I tell myself like, retirement is not like, okay, life's over, no work. Like, find something.
Yeah,
find,
absolutely.
Look,
You got to, otherwise you're gonna waste away, and
right.
you know, like things are gonna start to happen health-wise, and
Yeah, this break.
I already just saw the rad tattoo right now.
Oh my.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yes, sir. That was a good one.
Sounded just like him.
I know.
Morning. Oh, they fixed this place up nice. This used to be an old, like a furniture store,
This one here?
and a bank bought it, and they're gonna have like a branch out there along with like community space. But they fixed it up real nice.
You and Bernie got to get the Kauai ride out going.
Yeah. You know Lance Simpson?
Oh, I know Lance very well.
Yeah, so he came out and he stayed with me one night, and he was like, oh, this place is magical. Like, we gotta do a ride out here. So then he planned one, and he came back. No, he didn't come back a second time. He just came out that one time, but I took him to here. Like, we came out here, I thought this could be a good ride, you know? And then where I live, there's another ride we can go to that has a little bit more like hills, but still doable.
Yeah, like.
And
I think he's right. I think you should. I know if you set something up, I'd come back.
you know,
I'd come back for a ride.
It'd be cool to like, you know, let people know. And so he actually planned it for like next year, for this coming year, June.
Really?
But then, hold on. Yeah, he planned it for June, but then what happened was, you know, we were kind of researching, or he was researching, like, you know, transportation and hotels and stuff like that. And then I said, dude, like, anybody that comes here has to have a car. Like, they got to rent a car. because you can't, there's no, like, we have a bus, but kind of limited.
There's not really
And
Ubers or cabs, right?
There's not a lot. There are, people do
But
Uber,
not a lot.
but not a lot. And so, like, you know, and then staying out here, let's say if people stayed out here, right? We're like 15 minutes from town. You still got to get into town somehow.
Sure.
You know? And you might be able to walk to like our spot for this ride, but when we do the other ride, you're gonna have to like you get a car. And he's like, oh, well, nobody wants to rent cars. I'm like, on our island, you're gonna have to rent a car. Like, there's just no way to get out.
We were
You know?
planning this, and I was like, well, maybe we don't need a rental car. Maybe we can just Uber everywhere.
Yeah. No.
I'm so glad we rented the
Yeah.
car.
Morning. So yeah, you have to. Like, there's just, or we have like Turo. We had a lot of guys that do Turo here.
That's what we got recommended,
You know?
was Turo as well.
Yeah. Because for whatever reason, I don't know why, but like the rental car prices were really high. I don't know how much you guys had to pay.
It was like, it was just over $300 for the week.
Okay, that's not too bad.
It wasn't crazy bad, but
and
and
you know,
there's
$50 a day, it's not bad.
no, and there's 7 of us, so it was like
Yeah.
we have to have our own ride,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. You want to be able to like get where you want to go, and
Yeah, exactly.
but you're staying with friends though. You have friends that live here.
Yeah, so the house we're staying at, the owner, he's in Tahoe skiing, snow skiing.
Oh.
So he has his house here, and he has.
But they're friends of yours though.
Yeah,
And so you guys can just stay there.
right.
Nice. So it's like an Airbnb then.
It's like an Airbnb.
Oh, okay, that's
so
cool.
we can cook. You know, it's
Yeah,
not,
yeah.
I mean,
wash your clothes.
wash
and-
the clothes.
Yeah, yeah.
well,
Well, that's good.
I don't take many vacations, like I said, but I was like, I want to eat out. I want to
Yeah,
do those
yeah, yeah.
things, but I want them to be like not the every 3 times a day. You know, I
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
cook
yeah.
at home and
Yeah,
then be
able to cook
selective
something
where we
at
go
home,
out. Yeah.
right? Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so you still have like your privacy, like with, you know, I thought you guys are living with like another family.
No, there's no one in the house but
you
us.
know, oh, that's
Yeah, that's great. It's a really good setup.
yeah. Save you guys a ton of money because
I think so.
Staying here, like staying for a week, oh, you're gonna be paying thousands of bucks.
Yeah, it was definitely a blessing to have that be available.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the reasons it was easy to pull the trigger this year
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
trip.
yeah.
You know,
For sure.
not like we vacation a lot, but it's like, oh, we have somewhere to stay.
Yeah.
Let's go.
That knocks a huge cost out right there. So, nice job. You want to try and ride this one?
What's up?
You want to try and ride this one just to see how it
I'll
is?
ride it, yeah, for sure.
You know, just so that you can say like, you also rolled the Torker. Oh,
Thank you.
Thank you.
So you can kind of ride that one too.
Oh, this is nice.
I just like how that one feels. I don't know what it was, but
Do
Kinda
you know
sim-
the geometry on this one?
I
Like, are you?
not
It just
offhand.
feels like you're a little bit more upright.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I
It
like
does.
that.
And even this bike feels similar. Like
It does.
it's a real comfortable position, you know, to be in.
You built some good bikes, bro.
Thank you.
Love it.
I think when you guys jumped over to Supercross and he had this bike, he showed on the channel, I was like, oh, that looks so killer with the 6 bars, you know? So I went on their website, oh, they had some left. Ordered it.
Yeah, that bike right there is the one Bill sent me. That was my first Supercross.
Okay.
The 26.
Yeah.
And I'm used to riding a 29. I ride the 29ers, but getting on that, it was like, oh, that feels so good. Because it's more manageable.
Yep.
Like I like the responsiveness of it.
Yeah.
The big bike though, like once the wheel's up, you're seriously just up. And
So it's easier for you to wheelie on a 29?
I think so.
Ah.
It's a little harder to get the wheel up, but depends on what your gearing is.
This one I feel is really easy to pull up. Like just the way that one is balanced.
It may have a shorter rear end.
You know, I don't really wheelie, so, but it just feels like that's a really good one.
Right. I don't know how long the chainstay is, but being that it's a freestyle bike,
Yeah.
probably got a little bit of shorter chainstay.
Yeah, I gotta fix the brakes. The brakes are too mushy on that one though. Like I think there's like air in it because it's a true hydraulic brake. So I gotta try and kind of bleed it, I think.
See, put a little more fluid.
Yeah.
I was just testing these. So sometimes you get a hydraulic that's like, you just barely pull in and you're like, boom.
Yeah.
Like like here, I pull in a little. I can feel a tiny bit, but I'm not stopped, right?
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
feathering it, it's like you pull through and then you hit the wall right here. And then that feathers. To me, that's perfect.
Ah, interesting.
I like that
Okay.
because here I am. I'm like riding the pad, but not grinding. Boom, boom, boom. It's right there.
Have you guys been caught in a traffic in this town?
You know what? A little bit, but we got here during the work week. So the traffic was like...
Not too bad.
Yeah, we saw like one pretty bad accident. But what I noticed is if you're pulling out, right, people slow down and they're like, come on, get out in the traffic.
Thank you.
Thanks. Where I live, bro, they're like, screw you. I got here first.
You get some of that here too sometimes,
Right.
but more on Oahu. I feel like on Oahu, there's more of that, kind of like that mentality of like, you know, I'm not gonna let anybody in, you know?
No, I just noticed they were just like, come on, man, because if you don't pull out now, you're never gonna get out.
Yeah, well, that's good.
Yeah. There's parts of California, like when you go way up north by Oregon, like you see anybody you walk by, they're like, good morning. Hi, they raise their hand, hi. And then if you're in the Bay Area, they won't even look at, you know,
What?
it's just the way it is. Here, I think it's super friendly, man.
That's good.
Bro,
Glad
that
you came,
was the
man.
ride.
Glad you came. I was stoked when I saw your message and you're like, are you guys on Kauai? I'm like, hell yeah.
I thought you were, but I'm like, there's no way. They're probably on Maui or somewhere, you know, like.
Yeah.
But it worked out.
Oh no, yeah. When I saw that, because a lot of guys will get hit up sometimes but they're on a different island, you know? And I'm like, sorry, we're on Kauai.
Is it easy to hop island?
It is. It'll cost you like about one way, anywhere between 60 and 100, just
Really?
depending upon when you
go, what time
book
of the
it
day?
and
Or...
yeah, that kind of stuff. So it just kind of depends.
So doing what I do for work, I looked up like the electrician union here in Hawaii and Kauai.
Okay.
So I was like, I wonder if guys have to travel, like say there's work in Kauai, I don't know, maybe like a Safeway going in.
Sometimes.
I wonder if they travel to from like
are
Oahu
you an
over
electrician?
here. Yeah.
Okay. Because my son just started working for an electrical company. He's like a project, like a system, not systems, a project engineer.
Yeah.
Where he helps with, I guess, coordinating jobs.
Nice.
For the company.
Yeah.
So he just started it. Like he just finished school in January and then had to do an internship. And so he did it at a bank and then was playing pickleball. And then one of the guys at pickleball works for this company. I was like, hey, we need more guys and like, you know, what's your background? And so he's sharing, he says, oh, you should come work for us. So he just started there in August. Yeah.
It's a really good industry to be in. I mean, I've done a few different like roles. I'm in construction, but I've stepped out of that. I worked for a Chevron refinery. I taught their adult training program for 5 years. So that's why I related with you when you talked about being a teacher. I was like, man, I've taught adults. Yeah. I'd rather have taught children.
Sometimes it feels like that.
Yeah. But that's cool.
That's nice. Okay.
Can I set this down in the grass or you want me to?
You can put them on the grass.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right.
All right, so how was the ride?
Ride was awesome. The ride
recommend it? Do you recommend it?
I highly recommend it. If you're in Kauai or just being with good friends anywhere, man. But this was the place to be.
Yeah. It's been fun.
Absolutely.
So thank you so much for reaching out.
Man.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Right?
Thank you.
Safe travels back.
Yes, sir.
Happy holidays. And
same.
hope we'll see you soon.
Same.
All right, man. Take care.
Right.
Just finished the ride with 80s BMX Craig. Beautiful weather. It was kind of warm. Felt a little bad for him because he wore long pants. He had a jacket when we started. That jacket came off when we got about halfway through with the ride. But man, what a great ride and what a fun conversation just to kind of get to know Craig a little bit better. Craig's half of the dynamic duo of Big Bike BMX with Isaac, and it's been just an absolute blast just getting to know him and just talking with him and asking him questions for a change and getting to know him better. And our conversations on the ride were very similar to the types of conversations I've had with other people in this whole bike life journey that I've been on. Everybody is just really friendly and accommodating and inviting and just, what other sport can you think of where, people can get together, have a shared interest in something and connect like this for the first time? Like we've never met in person, but here we are talking like we've known each other for years. We're just easy to have stuff to talk about. Conversation just flows, and it's so nice. This whole BMX community has just been absolutely amazing. And so Craig's a big part of that because he and Isaac, both of those guys, were like one of the first people that were like bringing people on and doing podcasts. And I remember that was like one of the first channels that I came across when I was, starting this journey back into BMX. Like Big Bike BMX was the first thing that kind of like popped up on the radar. And I watched, all of Isaac's videos where he's in his garage, sweating in the heat of Arizona. I watched all of the podcast episodes where he got to talk to some BMX legends and got to meet Isaac in person at Dirty Fest. And it has been a fantastic journey so far. And today's journey, so far so good. The bike is held up on the rack. It looks like the rack went in a little bit more into the hitch, but like it's sturdy. The bike is solid. The only thing I tried to do was put the bike on when the hood was when my trunk was up. That was dumb. But yeah, I was able to kind of get the bike in there. Got the Supercross in the back seat. We had beautiful weather. Had a beautiful ride and great conversation. Got to even see one of my old friends, James, who's worked with me when I was a teacher. And so today was an awesome day. Absolutely awesome. So I'm gonna cross my fingers that it ends that way. I gotta get home and make sure that the bikes don't damage my car in any way, that the hitch doesn't fall out. And if that happens, we've had a most excellent day. So if you stuck around this long, thank you. I appreciate you watching, and consider liking and subscribing. Helps us reach more people, and we'll see you in the next one. Not sure when this one is going to come out. I think it's probably going to come out after Christmas. So I'm going to say Happy New Year. And thank you for the support, and we'll see you in the next one. Until then, hey, take care of one another. Be safe, and aloha.